Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down a technology that honestly makes our entire digital world possible. It's a true unsung hero, working silently in the background every single day, and today we're finally giving it the spotlight it deserves. Let's get right into it.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Every single time you connect your phone to a new Wi-Fi network or plug your laptop in at the office, it just works. How? How do all of those devices, millions of them, get the credentials they need to talk on the network without causing a massive digital traffic jam?
Well, the answer, the one thing that prevents complete and utter network chaos every single day, is this one foundational server role that has been the cornerstone of modern networking for decades.
To really get why this thing is so amazing, you got to go back in time a bit. Picture a world where you had to manually assign a unique IP address to every single device. Your phone, your laptop, your printer, every smart TV. A typo in one address, that device is offline. Accidentally give two devices the same address? Well, now you have a conflict and maybe neither of them work. It was a tedious, error-prone nightmare.
And this is where our hero makes its entrance. The elegant, automated solution to all that manual chaos is the DHCP server. It's basically the central brain, the manager, that handles this entire process for us.
So what exactly is it? DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, and all that really means is it's a server whose one job is to automatically hand out network credentials, things like IP addresses and other settings, to any device that asks for them. No questions asked, just an instant connection.
You know, the best way I've ever heard it described is to think of a DHCP server as a concierge at a really efficient hotel. When a new guest, a device, shows up, the concierge doesn't need a long, complicated check-in process. It just hands over a room key, the IP address, and boom, the device can access everything the network has to offer.
Okay, so if DHCP is our network's super efficient concierge, what kind of tools does it have? What's in its toolkit that lets it manage everything so flawlessly?
All right, the first and most critical tool is something called a scope. A scope is simply the pool of available IP addresses that the server is allowed to give out. Sticking with our hotel analogy, it's like the block of rooms the concierge is in charge of. They can't just give out keys to any room in the city, only the ones they manage.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. You set up a few simple rules. You've got your IP range, the pool of available addresses. You've got the subnet mask, which just defines the size of the local network. And then, and this is pretty cool, the lease duration. That's basically how long a device gets to rent that IP address before it has to check back in.
But wait a minute, what about your VIPs? I'm talking about devices like a network printer or a critical server that absolutely cannot have its address changing. For those, we use a reservation. It's like a permanent reserved VIP parking spot right by the front door, guaranteeing that one specific device gets the exact same IP address every single time it connects.
So you can see how these pieces all fit together. You have the scopes, which is the big pool of addresses. You have leases, which are the temporary assignments from that pool. You got reservations for your VIP devices. And the final piece of the puzzle is option types. This is all the other critical info a device needs, like the gateway to reach the internet and DNS servers to find websites. The whole package delivered automatically.
Okay, so this all sounds great, but it brings up a really, really big question. If this one server is so important, what happens if it goes down? What if our network concierge suddenly walks off the job? No new devices can get online. That is a massive single point of failure.
And the answer to that problem is DHCP failover. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. You create a partnership between two DHCP servers. Essentially, you get a backup server that's ready to take over at a moment's notice, making sure the service is always on.
And you've basically got two ways to set this partnership up. First is load balance mode. This is active-active, where both servers are working together, sharing the client load. The other way is hot standby. This is more of an active-passive deal, where one server does all the work and the other one just sits there, waiting to jump in the second there's a problem.
So we have this proven, reliable, absolutely essential technology. Now, let's see how it fits into the brand new Windows Server 2025. What's the new edge here?
Well, and this is the key. The core functionality is still the same rock-solid, reliable service that network admins have trusted for years. But now, it's supercharged because it's running on a much more advanced platform. It's like taking a classic, perfected engine and dropping it into a brand new high-performance car.
This means the DHCP role automatically inherits all the modern benefits of Server 2025. Your network's front door is now guarded by the latest security, it runs faster thanks to core performance tuning, and it integrates seamlessly into hybrid cloud setups. It makes a foundational service even more resilient and future-proof.
And the best part? Getting it running is as straightforward as it's ever been. It's a simple, role-based installation right from the Server Manager dashboard. A few clicks, a little configuration, and your new super-powered Network Concierge is ready for duty.
So the biggest takeaway here is that DHCP is that silent, reliable engine that makes our complex networks just work. It is one of those beautiful set-it-and-forget-it technologies that eliminates countless hours of manual work and prevents an untold number of human errors.
And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. DHCP automated away the huge headache of IP management decades ago, but as our networks get infinitely more complex with IoT, AI, and hybrid everything, what's the next big, tedious task that's just waiting for its own DHCP moment to be automated away? What's the next DHCP?